The roots of the ROTC department's extended history traces as far back as 1918. A history so expansive, we could not do it justice in one night. But let us take a short trip in time as we walk through our history from then until now.
On July 16, 1918, the War Department granted the extension to train African Americans at historically Black colleges and universities. The first public Black college in Arkansas to get a program was Branch Normal College at Pine Bluff, now the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Many of the African American institutions with a student Army training corps asked the War Department to install African American officers of experience as instructors in military science and tactics. The first military instructor at Branch Normal College at Pine Bluff was First Lieutenant Elijah H. Goodwin. First Lieutenant Goodwin was one of the 639 African American officers commissioned at Fort Des Moines, Iowa, and later deployed to France with the 92nd Infantry Division. The 92nd Infantry Division, nicknamed Buffalo Soldiers, was a segregated infantry division that served in both World War I and World War II. On April 4, 1920, the War Department discontinued the ROTC detachment at Branch Normal College at Pine Bluff, and in 1927, Branch Normal College became Arkansas Agricultural, Mechanical, and Normal College, and moved to its current campus location in 1929. After the deactivation, there was no activity to bring ROTC back to the campus until 1952. On June 30th, 1952, Dr. Lawrence St. Davis Sr., president of AM&N College, submitted an ROTC application requesting that the college be allowed to establish a ROTC detachment to help alleviate the critical shortage of African American reserve officers in Arkansas. Though fully qualified to maintain an ROTC detachment, the Department of the Army did not approve the request. It would be 7 years before AM&N resubmitted an application to bring ROTC back to the campus, and 15 years before the Department of the Army approved the application.
In November 1967, the Department of the Army authorized the establishment of a ROTC at AM&N College. The first classes were not held until September 1968. Lieutenant Colonel Alfonso B. Batiste, an infantry officer, was the first professor of military science, later designated as the Golden Line Battalion. During his first year, the Golden Line Battalion enrolled 483 basic students and 24 advanced students. President Davis housed the compulsory ROTC program in a gymnasium constructed in the 1930s as part of the Works Progress Administration. The remodeled gymnasium contained 4 classrooms, a drill hall, and an armory. Presently, the Golden Line Battalion operates from Hazard Gymnasium and the old football stadium. The following 24 class of 1970 students were selected in 1967 to be trained as advanced corps cadets and performed as upperclassmen in the ROTC program. Tyrone V. Bell, James E. Childs, Curtis L. Cook, William Cross, Charles Digby, William Dove Jr., Grover L. Gibson, Daniel Grissom, Andrew Johnson Jr., Dolphus Jones Jr., Johnny L. Kelly, Roy H. King, Lawrence McCullough, Jacob T. Mitchell, Arthel Moore Jr., Edward E. Shumpert, Roy L. Ware, Luther Warren Jr., Thomas I. West, Jesse White, Johnny L. White, Sir Van Williams, Ridley H. Woolfolk, and myself, James M. Bosley. The highest rank attained by an officer commissioned through the UAPB ROTC program is retired General Andre F. Piggy, a distinguished military graduate of the class of 1981. He comes from Stamps, Arkansas, and joined the ROTC program in 1977 because it was mandatory for all male freshman students to enroll, and he remained in the program because he was offered an ROTC scholarship. He credits the ROTC program at UAPB with giving him both discipline and camaraderie. Females into the Army ROTC program began in September 1972, the same year that AM&N College became the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. University records and interviews show the first female to be commissioned from UAPB ROTC to reach the rank of colonel is Colonel Karen A. Chipchase, a native of Dermot, Arkansas. She graduated from UAPB in 1985 as a distinguished military graduate and received a commission as a second lieutenant in the Ordnance Corps.
The Golden Lion Battalion was organized into two elements: the basic course composed of freshmen, MS-1, sophomores, MS-2s, and advanced corps cadets composed of juniors, MS-3s, and seniors, MS-4s. Basic corps cadets incurred no military obligation. On-campus instruction and off-campus instruction enabled students to transfer classroom theory into practical application. Presently, the Golden Lion Battalion uses training areas and facilities nearby Pine Bluff Arsenal and Camp Robinson at Little Rock to prepare cadets for their cadet summer training. Cadet summer training is a fast-paced and realistic training and evaluation conducted between their junior and senior year during the summer and is presently held at Fort Knox, Kentucky. All cadets must attend summer training before they can be commissioned. In the 1980s, Lieutenant Colonel Oscar C. Mack, the professor of military science, redesignated the Golden Lion Battalion as a Golden Lion Brigade with 2 battalions. There were more than 600 basic and advanced course cadets enrolled in the program. Basic course cadets were selected to attend the ROTC Basic Camp, and advanced camp cadets attended the 6-week summer advanced camp at Fort Riley, Kansas. Additionally, several cadets were selected to attend the active duty airborne and Army parachute school. Sharon Hardy was the first female cadet from UAPB to complete the Army Airborne School. AM&N and UAPB alumni who returned to the Golden Lion Battalion as cadre members include Colonel retired Frank Jasper, the late Lieutenant Colonel retired Artis T. Lofton, and Captain Ruth Canada. Returning as Professor of Military Science were Major retired William Bryant, Lieutenant Colonel retired Leon Crumlin, Lieutenant Colonel retired George Akins, and Lieutenant Colonel retired Kenzie Wallace.
Since its establishment, the ROTC Golden Lion Battalion has been respected and supported by university presidents, chancellors, faculty, staff, students, and organizations in Pine Bluff and the surrounding communities. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Moyer, the current PMS, and I'm happy to report that our program has commissioned more than 500 officers since its inception, and we have 6 more cadets scheduled to join our ranks on 8 May 2021. I hope you're able to either join us in person or virtually to help celebrate this special occasion.